what? It's what? All right. What's the name of the show? Fucking.
What's what with Old Man
What?
Liver?
It's that. That's the name of the show. Welcome to What's What with Old Man Liver and with Mama Tess. We're doing our reality podcast where we talk about a different business that we're involved in and different things and whatever the fuck we feel like talking about.
I can't take my sunglasses off. It's too fucking bright.
No, it's bright. We got a lot of podcast lights, so it's not. But it is.
It's a new light,
you do
and it's
look
bright.
cool in your
Thanks.
sunglasses, so
Thanks.
it works. Today, I figured we'd talk about, we've got a company called SeventhSense that rents real estate and such in various places from California to Belize. And I figured we'd talk about why we like Belize so much because
Well, you did put your island up when in the poker game. So
right, even though I officially
we don't
didn't
have an island.
one.
No, we don't have it. And we don't
and we
have
still
an
don't
island.
have an actual island.
Yeah, so
And,
that's just...
Austin, you can't see like my cracker under the table or anything from this direction, can you?
No, do you want them to?
Let's
probably
leave it
not.
up to the to the
But
public.
it's-
No, I'm just kidding. I was just making sure I wasn't because I am bottomless and as yeah, like a mimosa. Don't laugh. You're only going
Sorry.
to encourage them. So
It's not right.
we went to Belize a few years ago, actually looking for an Old Man Liver beach bar type scenario. We met with a lot of people that were selling their restaurants and bars and so on and so forth, and we never found that magical spot. However, we did find a magical spot
Shouldn't
that
do
we
cocaine
wanted to
before
enjoy.
these, 'cause now I have to sneeze really bad.
No cocaine or Adderall
I
before
know.
podcasts.
Anyway.
That's at least for other people. That's the rule.
Yeah.
So
We're not going to get through this.
we're not going to get through it, unfortunately for the audience. So we fell
So we
in
went to
love
Belize.
with the spot in Belize, and we fell in love with the country. And it's a really cool country if you haven't been there. And I highly advise going there, not just on a cruise where you just get off on the island that the cruise ship owns or whatever, but really get into the mainland. And strangely enough, cruise ships don't even go to Ambergris Caye, which is considered the most popular area of the entire country. It's a beautiful island just off the coast, and but Belize is kind of cool because it's like a mutt of a country.
I don't know if they'd appreciate you calling it that.
No, I mean that in
Just
a
saying.
good way. Mutts are very loving. It's just a mix. I guess Creole is the appropriate word because it's a mix of different cultures and people. But it was a part of the.
It's got character and it has personality.
It does,
which is
and
one
it
of
was the
things that's
British
so
Honduras
different.
up until the early '80s.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that makes it so different from other Caribbean countries or islands that you might go to, because Belize isn't just an island, right? It's mainland portion and islands, but it has such character and such personality, and the citizens of Belize are just wonderful people.
Oh, yeah,
we've made some great friends and just met some really interesting individuals who we just have a great time with when we go down there.
Yeah, the locals are amazing. The residents of Belize are amazing, and it's got the whole Mayan background, but then it's got the Guatemalan and Mexican influence, and then the whole like Jamaican Yaman vibe, like the whole island vibe, and then the whole weird British, since it was a British colony for so many years, it's the only English speaking country in Central America.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, and to me, it kind of
You can
reminds
use U.S. currency there.
Yeah, it's really easy to navigate, and it's 2-to-1 U.S. currency to Belizean dollars. So and they all take U.S. currency. It's totally tied in, so it's easy to navigate.
We love the island. You get to drive around on a golf cart the whole time. That's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. That's why I don't have to worry about driving, and we can just have cocktails everywhere and just do the bar tour. But it's and there's little differences. Like, what are if someone's going to Belize for the first time, what would you tell them the little differences are in everything from eating to what you order, that kind of stuff? So
I would say they've got some very unique cuisine, right? So some of the things that we've had there, fried jacks is one of those things.
Oh yeah, that's a local.
It's a local thing, and they're oftentimes served with refried beans, or they're served stuffed with, almost like you'd stuff.
Yeah, they're kind of like beignets, but without the
no
sugar.
And then, or you
added to 'em.
sometimes can have them with jam. So that's a really cool thing. Belize is not known for its beaches. So people need to have that understanding when they go. Depending on what side of either the island or what side or if you're on the mainland, you're not going to have these beautiful white sandy beaches in the same way that you might have if you went to the Bahamas.
Except for Secret Beach.
That's what I was going to say. The other side of the island where there's like Secret Beach and some of these other places where it's a little bit more in a cove or on, protected from just the natural, what's the word I'm looking for? Current of the Gulf coming in. Those are very different. So that's a different experience. So it depends on what side of the islands that you're on or on which part of the mainland that you're at. And then, so that's a big difference. But they're really known for their snorkeling and scuba diving because it's the second largest reef in the world is off the coast of Belize, which is really kind of fun.
Oh yeah, the marine life is phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
Over there. You can look under 2 feet of water and see like a barracuda, an eel, a sea snake, a shark. I mean, you name it. It's amazing.
We've gone swimming with the nurse sharks and the reef sharks.
Yeah, if you
really
get to go to Shark Alley and go swimming with they're nurse sharks, so they're not going to bite you, but they're huge and they'll swarm you. It's such a cool experience. But so like breakfast is a little different because they might serve fry jacks. With your breakfast, and then they do with your pancakes. Sometimes they'll do
it's
honey.
served with honey, and you got to know that or really pay attention to the menu because it shocked or it caught me off guard the first time I ordered pancakes, and I'm pouring honey's sweeter than maple syrup or even imitation maple syrup, and I was pouring it all over my pancakes, and I was like just overwhelmed. But it's not a bad thing. You just have to know and be prepared for that. Lots of fresh fruit that's available there. Pork is really good. Chicken is really good.
Chicken and seafood,
beef
obviously.
Is kind of a meh.
Beef is hit or
thing.
miss, but the seafood's amazing. The chicken,
amazing.
the
Chicken's
pork,
amazing.
all the fruit and vegetables.
Liquor is expensive, right? So it all has to be imported, except for the few things that they make there, which they have a vodka, they make rum there, and then of course Belican beer. But otherwise, it's mostly all imported in, and that's something you got to watch out for. Just because you could spend a lot of money if you're buying a bottle of Jack Daniels.
If you drink professionally like me, you need to
and they don't
bring
carry
your own.
Old Man liver yet.
Yeah,
so
not
there's
yet.
that.
Not yet.
So we'd have to bring that in with us when we come, but make sure you declare it so that you don't get yourself in trouble. Let's see what else.
And then if you order like a Diet Coke, generally they bring you Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Because this Diet Coke is not as big in the country.
Yeah.
And when you go to the grocery stores, check the expiration date.
Yes, I was just going to say, and you really should check the expiration dates on just about anything. In the United States, we kind of live and breathe by them, even though many of that is just a suggestion. But it is something you have to pay attention to when you go to the store and you go shopping. You and I have consumed quite a few expired Diet Cokes.
Oh, for sure.
It's not going to kill you, but
yeah, that's not bad. But if you're getting
it just has that
if you're
weird
getting some
different
ham
taste.
or something, double check that.
Or dairy products and that kind of
yeah.
stuff. So those are interesting things. They let's see what else do they have that's.
Well, and to me, it's kind of cool because it reminds me of like America, what America was in the 50s, because there's still people driving around in the back of pickup trucks. And, it's
climbing scaffolding with no shoes
there's
on
no
in
OSHA,
construction.
So
And I'm just like,
you just see people dangling and you're like, yikes, marijuana is, this is funny. It's more advanced than the federal government in the United States because marijuana up to 10 milligrams is legal. However, one thing that is more typical of the U.S., you can't buy or sell it. So it's kind of odd. Somehow it just must appear in your suitcase, and so you won't get arrested if you're caught with it, but you'll get arrested if you're caught selling or buying it. But somehow you have to acquire it. So I'm not sure how that works. We've
had some really amazing like spa and massage experiences.
Oh yeah,
there.
at the end of the pier.
Yeah, there's a place that we go to that's at the end of the pier, and it is just phenomenal. So you hear the waves crashing below and the sea breeze, and the prices for getting those types of experiences are phenomenal compared to what you oftentimes find in the United States. So
yeah, and that's
you can get some great.
You forget you're listening to real ocean waves.
Yeah, there's
and
no one
not,
piping that in.
Yeah, there's not a. It's not a radio or someone playing or whatever. And then as you're looking down in the little massage fucking headrest thing, you can see the waves and the water under the pier. It's so fucking cool.
We'll let you all discover that on your own.
That's
because
Oasis.
I don't want. Yeah.
I'll throw them a.
No. I'm not saying not throw them a bone. I'm just saying like people need to go and discover that on their own, like what that feels like and,
it's
what
phenomenal,
that experience is. Because that's really it's an amazing experience. And
it's neat because some of the service stuff is cheaper, but for being a third world country, you would think everything's cheap. But if you go to the store, especially on the island of Ambergris Key,
because everything has to be brought in.
Everything's brought in, and it's expensive, and it's not what you'd expect out of a third world country, but it. Along those lines, another odd thing about it is there's no street addresses.
Oh, yeah.
So you have
There might be street signs if you're like in downtown San Pedro.
If you're lucky.
But there's no like, you're at 123 South Main Street. Like that's not a thing.
You have to describe where your stuff is. Like we're 2 miles north of the airport in San Pedro and on the called Clearwater, and that's how you describe stuff, or that's how you have to have things shipped. There's no postal service. There's
there's
Amazon.
Nobody bringing you any mail to your home, kind of thing. It's not.
But then one of the cool things, there's also no chain restaurants, so you will not find any McDonald's or Taco Bells or anything like that.
You will not find a single one of those.
Yeah, it's all mom and pop.
Now there's a Marbucks, right?
That's not Starbucks, but Marbucks. Typical.
There's also a lot of really cool restaurants too that have pools that you can actually enjoy as a customer. Like you don't have to be staying at the resort but you can just go there for lunch and enjoy the pool and the bar and all that. So that's a really nice experience to be able to do that. The drinking age in Belize is 18. So you do not, you only have to be 18 years old, which are younger.
Which makes more sense than our stupid fucking laws. You can go fight in a war and get killed, but you can't have a beer or cigarette. That's stupid.
It is stupid. But yeah, and the other thing you have to have patience for the pace of the day, right? So we're oftentimes so busy and so on the go, and it's this, and this. But by the time you're finishing breakfast, because it's kind of moving at that pace, start thinking about lunch because it's going to almost be that. So when we talk about island time, that's definitely
island time's a thing. But another thing, you had touched on this earlier, that unlike a lot of the Caribbean that has to import everything, a lot of what's in Belize can be produced there. So they've got the Mennonites, strangely enough, have a whole
they're responsible for a lot of the agriculture and
they do a lot of the fruits and vegetables, but you're getting them fresh from the mainland. Unless you live on the mainland, which that whole area is neat too, because it's rainforest, it's rivers and creeks and.
We did a tubing experience.
We did river
that
tubing,
was a lot of
which
fun.
was fucking
water
awesome.
Was cold though. Holy shit!
Oh yeah,
it was cold water from the mountain,
which is especially cold when you're in year-round summer.
Yeah.
But the mainland has like the Mayan ruins and all that cool stuff, really cool. Which is phenomenal to go see. And you can, once again, there's no OSHA, there's no railings. You climb up these steep stairs to the top of the
I don't know how.
Mayan stuff. It's
more people didn't fall.
It's amazing. You kind of think stuff like that has to happen all the time. But and one of the tours I did, they went around and showed how the Mayans use different parts of everything around them, and it was like tree leaves, and they're showing how this becomes glue, and then this is a medicine, and it was really, really neat. So they use every part of the forest for their shelter and food and so on and so forth. So it's really cool. And then there's monkeys out there. There's crocodiles,
manatees, like that little seahorse area.
Seahorses. The frigate birds are one of my favorites because they're like little pterodactyls
they do
flying
look like mini pterodactyls.
Yeah, so you feel like you'll look and see a giant iguana on the ground, and then look up and see like a frigate bird that looks like a pterodactyl. You feel like you're in like prehistoric times. It's a lot of fun. Badass. So
needless to say, we love that country.
Yeah, it's our adopted country. We love the people. We love the culture. We love the food.
And it's funny, a lot of times you don't realize. Like or how often you might hear it in normal conversation, or you might hear the people reference something. It's kind of like when you get a certain type of car, right? You don't notice that many of them until you have it. And you're like, oh, I see them all the time now. It's amazing to me how many times Belize is referenced in a movie or a TV show or something, and we pick up on it every single time.
Yeah, it's always something funny too.
Always,
like they woke up in a hospital in
Belize,
Belize, or yeah, I'll take you to Belize. Like you're going to disappear.
Yeah. It's not like the train station.
It's not all John McAfee. If you want some good entertainment stuff on Belize, watch
he was an embarrassment.
I think there's
our country.
There's a Netflix show and an Amazon show. I think that cover John McAfee going into the country like a psychopath. And potentially having killed someone and then been on the run.
It's a really interesting documentary to watch, both of them. So if you're interested in checking that out.
It's super fascinating. Well, we highly advise giving Belize a shot if you haven't. Some people totally get it. Not everyone connects with it, but it's definitely one of the islands. And we've been to a decent amount of the Caribbean, and I'd say it's
a fun one.
A favorite. So thanks for tuning in. This is Mama Tess and Old Man Liver coming to you.
Woota!
It's what? It's what?